making me a strawberry cherry chocolate cake. And you know who's don't like my recipe.
Oh my god.
So it's cherries going in strawberry cake. What do you think?
Interesting.
She's not a fan. She's not a fan.
Not a cherry and strawberry.
Oh, you can't tell the difference. What you got there?
This is your lunch. Top ramen.
I need you to hold this butter over here to soften it.
Nope.
This is a woman's job, so
No.
I need my butter softened.
Sit on it.
That's a good idea. I'll put it over here on your stool where you're gonna eat.
This guy asks me, what does it mean when they say sifted cocoa powder? How do I sift it? And I told him, well, you use the sifter. And he says, how do I get it from the cup into the sifter, or from the sifter into the cup?
Always making fun. I'm not a baker.
Oh, apparently you are.
I just like to eat.
And then when it gets there down to the bottom, like I'll use the bottom of this or the spoon and
Push on it.
yeah, get all the rest of it. Good job, babe. Good job. What you putting in now?
Jesus.
Did you just lick the cup? What is wrong with you?
It's just chocolate and butter. This thing was in the way.
I know. How many cups is that?
Well,
That's 4, right? That you
That's
just put
4.
in. So mix it up a little bit, and then you might want to add some of your heavy whipping cream before you put the last bit in. Boy, just turn it on full force, why don't you? The final step. What do you got going into this chocolate frosting?
this is melted dark chocolate. It's gonna be
Yeah, I would eat just that bowl of frosting. Forget the cake.
It's gonna be cherry strawberry chocolate cake.
You are extra. He is over here scraping the spatula off. This 8.5 by 11 cake. 5 cups of frosting he has here. Over 5 cups.
This is kind of like wiping my butt, huh?
Stop with that nonsense. What's wrong with you? Sometimes I wonder about him.
So how do I do this? I just
Come on, don't act like you've never frosted a cake.
well, I mean, not in a pan. I usually do the round cakes.
So get more on there so you don't tear it up. There you go. Okay. Yep, that's good. That's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What are we gonna do with all the extra?
We're gonna eat it.
Oh yeah, my favorite. Corned beef and cabbage. And cabbage for later.
Yeah, we'll saute that with bacon.
Figured I'd make a quick little trip down to AutoZone. I'm gonna mount some batteries in the junkyard Jeep today, and Donnie was supposed to bring them up this weekend and he didn't make it because of the snow. So I'm gonna go down here and measure some up and see if I can't get some dimensions to make a battery box. I've been measuring some other stuff and I think I got a place to put them. I just need to measure. He wants dual batteries, so it's always hard to find somewhere to put 2 batteries next to each other on these cars. I got some friends that work here at AutoZone, so I figured I'd come here. I'm pretty sure they carry all of these Optima batteries. So this is how I was thinking of laying them, and just trying to get where I know that my tray's gonna clear this. Well, quick trip just for a measurement. That's how it goes, but I think it's gonna work good. See if we can't knock this battery box out real quick. trying to get ready to go to Matt's off-road games, so we got all kinds of stuff going on today. This is the underneath of the seat. So these stands sit right in here in these 4 holes. So I think what I'm going to do is make it where it's the same dimension as that lower seat frame, and then do a cutout where them batteries are set down like 3 inches, and then turn them on their side, and then some of the stuff will be facing this way to the back and some of it will be facing to the front, and then you can get to it. You can kind of see how this seat is, so you'll be able to get a wrench on it from behind and everything, or from the front. This will be my layout. Here's the holes, so this is gonna fit them batteries laying down, and I accounted for my thickness of my material, 1/8 inch on each side, so it's a 1/4 inch all the way around larger. So when I break this piece and set it in there, it will fit perfect. And when it comes through, it's gonna sit right on this frame rail on one side, and the other side we'll just use the flange, because I'm gonna break it where it bolts through it, and then it'll go down, and then there'll be another break back here. Should make it pretty strong. This is what I come up with for a layout. I'm gonna cut it out on the bandsaw, and then we'll start breaking it. If anyone ever goes to get one of these bandsaws, you know, I had a 14-inch throat on the last one I had, and I think this one is a 17. It comes in very handy, you know, to fit bigger pieces. And you think, oh, I'll just work around it, but it sure is nice to have that big throat. So I cut this notch out. This is gonna break, and this is the runner that goes underneath the seat, so it'll be the exact same length. And then when I do my other cap, it's gonna come this way, and there'll be that much break on it, and I'll weld that up and sand it, and you won't be able to see it, and then it'll be like a little tray that sits in there. In order to get my brakes all complete, I'm gonna have to pull this bridge off of here so that it's just a shorter span, so my brake will fit in there. You see what that does? It just gives it where it's only a 1/2 inch right here, so I can get that second brake in there to do it. I went in and transferred my line to this side. So I got this brake I'll do from this side, and then the other one I'll do from this side. I'll start with these first. Get that adjusted where it's perfect. I was breaking some thicker stuff the other day. I think that looks all right. Yeah, overbroke it a little bit. I always do that. It's deceiving. That looks pretty good. And this is where this comes in handy. So I can fit it right here. Well, I might have screwed up on that one. Now I gotta pull this off so I can get it out of there. It'd probably be better if I just had a nice press brake, but they're very expensive and take up space. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. I need to take a little bit out of this one. That looks better. Now we'll go ahead and break this one. Try to be sure not to over break it. A little more. Looks good. And it never fails. Always something. A little bit more. Yeah. Now I just build some side caps and break them, and then I'll weld it all together, cut the floor out, and that should drop right in, and that'll be my battery tray. Now we're gonna shear these side pieces on this here iron worker. Everything nice and straight. I've got both sides laid out, so I'll shear them and we'll break them. Very touchy. A little bit more. Looks nice. One more to go. Got my side caps. Show you what this is gonna look like. So that'll just weld right there and right there. And then that'll set right in that floor. You can see I've got a nice Oops, there you go, V to weld. All the way around, and then I'll weld them. And I've got this turned down so the face is perfectly flush with each other. Looks like the boss showed up. Got all that good food cooking in there, making it smell good in my shop, and yeah.
I can't smell it from here. I gotta make the cabbage though.
Well, I'm hungry.
Well, you have lunch. I came home and fed you lunch.
Yeah, what is that? Like a little tortilla sandwich?
Those little pinwheels.
I'm a growing boy, man. I need to eat.
I know.
Get this all spotted up and then weld it. Got it set for steel. Alright, let's try that. Do that other side. Let that cool off for a minute so I can finish welding it. Let's go see what the boss has cooking in here. What you cooking, dear?
Cabbage, bacon.
All my favorites.
Yeah.
We love sauteing our cabbage in the bacon. You little leprechaun, you.
Get out of there. I hate how you lift that all the time.
Hey, I've been lifting it all day.
When, for a reason.
When you're not
Leave
here.
it the F alone.
When you're not here, I can do it ever. Look it, look it.
I'm here now. Ow!
Easy.
Get your hand out of there.
Yeah, well, it's better than something else. Now do you get the picture of what I'm doing? And then once I cut these lines and this drops in, then I can transfer these holes right into this and it'll be perfect. And then the seat will sit right over it. Sucks you gotta pull the seat to get to the batteries, but it's very easy to pull the seat. So I'm gonna start by drilling the corners, and then I'm gonna take the old wheel of death here and cut that baby out. gonna take a little bit of beeswax on my disc here, start cutting. Now you know why they call it the Wheel of Death. That's it. Then we'll do a little sanding on it. Clean it up a little bit. Knock the burr off. Let's see if it fits. Almost like I knew what I was doing, huh? Now I just need to get the boss to come out here and stand in this while I drill the holes. That way it doesn't move. It don't move at all. It should be perfect. I just got to drill it.
Okay, I'm gonna transfer this food here into, well, I'm gonna try. This roast is falling apart, which is excellent. but we're gonna get it transferred so we can take it to the other house for dinner tonight. Unfortunately, the kids don't really like corned beef, but oh well, they can eat it or find something else, I guess. We love corned beef. And you can't have St. Patrick's Day without corned beef and cabbage.
Yo, boss, I'm gonna need some professional assistance from you.
I'm doing my professional job in here. I'm finishing up this food.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, give me a minute.
All right.
What you need?
Some real technical stuff. I need you to climb up here on this stool and climb in here.
What's all over your face and your glasses?
I got aluminumized, cutting that hole out.
Climb in here?
Yeah. Climb in there. And I need you to stand in that tray right there.
Is it gonna fall through the floor? Is this?
No, it's not a booby trap.
All right.
And then I'm gonna drill holes.
While I'm standing in it?
Yeah, that way it doesn't move, so just...
Wow, this is technical work.
Yeah, just don't get in my area.
So where are you gonna drill?
There's 4 holes in here. Then I'm gonna drill right through here.
Like in the corner?
Yep.
Okay, because I don't want you drilling through my feet. I kind of need those.
Yeah. I can imagine you might need them. Okay.
I guess I'll just practice my squat. Hold
All right, keep your hands clear. Oh, my battery died.
Oh, come on.
Makes you want an electric car, huh? Piece of shiz. Never fails, right in the middle of the job. Okay. There we go. I gotta get a shorter drill bit. That skid plate's in the way.
Good thing I'm not billing you by the hour.
Yeah, I thought this was for trade out. You do something for me, I do something for you.
Well, I'm doing something for you.
All right, now keep standing there.
Oh.
I'm gonna give it a little. Too nice. Thank you, dear.
All done?
Yep.
Need my stool.
Right here, princess.
Come on, just lift me out.
Ew.
Shouldn't have to be climbing out.
I would like to lift you out. All done. I just need them batteries that Donnie has, and he's supposed to maybe bring them up this weekend while I'm at the off-road games, and once he gets them, then I can make a strap that holds them down. Last night after I quit working on this, I noticed that I wasn't touching the frame, and I was supposed to be touching the frame. So what happened is I screwed up on my measurement. I forgot that this was going to be flanged on top, and my measurement that I took was basically like if I was going to weld it to this seam right here. So I missed, I screwed up, but what I'm going to try and do is go ahead and slide this underneath this floor, and then I'll put a couple of bolts in it that hold it just so it doesn't move around until the seat's bolted in. Here's what it looks like underneath. So I guess I really didn't mess up bad because I can fix it by just putting this underneath, and that will work out nicely. Okay, I've got this bolted in, and these are the bolts that are going to come through the seat, and I'll probably weld them into the seat mount so I just stick it in there, and then one person can undo them from underneath, so it's just nuts, and then the whole seat lifts out. But to hold this tray in, when you pull the seat out, I've marked 4 holes, and I'm gonna drill them and tap them and countersink them with these little 1032s. And the reason I'm gonna tap it is so that one person can put them in from the top, and then you can go underneath and tighten the nuts just to make it a little easier, and then that will hold it in place when the seat's not in. I've got these all center punched. Whoops. I'll drill them all. Dang it, what the hell? And we'll go ahead and put our 1032 tap on here. Little spit. They say that's the best lube. And then I'll put my countersink bit in here. And I'll just use the head to kind of check it. That one looks good. That one looks good. Have it. Now I'm going to take my countersunk 1032s, and they'll thread right in, and that'll hold that lower tray in, and I can put my 1032 nuts on there, and then I can pull these 3/8 bolts out and actually weld them in to my seat frame. And then I'll be all ready to get them batteries when Donnie gets them up here, and make the top mount that holds them in. Everything should work out nice. Now you can see I've got all the flat heads in there. These are opened up now, and I'll probably open that up one more size so that the seat drops in nicely. This is the kind of stuff that gives it just that little extra edge, you know what I mean? When I build something, I always think about who's working on it, which is usually me, and I try to make the best. This is what I mean. I'm gonna weld the top of these in here so that one man just has to put a nut on the bottom after it pokes through the hole. Okay, now we're gonna give it some test fit. Oh wow, fell into place. Look at that. That's hard to believe, huh? Almost like it was meant to be, like I might have known what I was doing. And then them batteries are set in there, bottom to bottom, and the lugs will be facing out this way, and the lugs will be facing out the back. And you can get your hand in here to tighten the lugs. And then them are welded on, so all I gotta do is get some flanged nylocks and zing that baby up. But we'll wait until we get the batteries so we can get the strap that holds them down done. Well, today's the last day I get to work on the junkyard Jeep, and I'm gonna load up stuff as soon as I get done and head out to Matt's off-road games. Go hang out with Rory and meet all these new people and stuff. I've never been there. It's kind of the first I've heard of it, you know, when I started doing this YouTube stuff, and people kind of turned me on to it, and I can't wait to go see what it's all about and check out all these tow trucks and stuff. But before I do that, I've got to get some batteries mounted in Donnie's Jeep, and he bought 2 batteries and he's not coming up here till this weekend, and I'm gonna be gone. So I'm gonna try and get the batteries out of the Land Cruiser and make the mount and stuff and finish it, and then I can get this Land Cruiser loaded and get the hell out of here. They're not the easiest to get out of this thing. They're under the seat, kind of similar to what I'm doing to his, but a little bit different. These are just flange nuts I gotta pull, and then this seat will lift right out. And then I can get these batteries and actually put them in his to make the top strap mount. See, I just got the seat sliders. They're studs, so it's real simple. Probably harder to get the seat belts out than anything, but you can see where I just have this. There's a bolt coming in from the outside, and this is threaded on here, and then same thing right there. Very simple. It's hard to believe this is something I built exactly 20 years ago. And we're still kind of doing things real similar. You know, sometimes we change them up. It just depends on what it's for. But I always try to make everything as simple as I can to work on. And it just makes it enjoyable when you work on stuff. I absolutely hate working on things that are no fun. So when you build something, think about it. Try and make it where it's just very easy and you love doing it. Threaded holes so you don't have to use 2 wrenches. They came out very simple. Kind of dirty in there. Okay, so this is a little bit different model battery than the ones he actually has. I didn't realize that, but I've got all the dimensions and stuff, and the lugs on the other battery set up a little bit higher, but this is still cutting it too close for me. So I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna put these batteries in here a little bit different. I've got plenty of room. And some of the dimensions are the same, but so I'm gonna go like this and like this. This dimension will be the same. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a 5/16 stud that comes up with just a strap that comes across to hold it down. The other batteries are a little wider, so they're gonna fit this box more perfect. And then there's also like a strip down the middle that's got ridges, so that when I make that strap that goes down the middle, they won't be able to move side to side. And once I do the threaded studs, it's also going to be adjustable for different style batteries or whatever, if for some chance they quit making this one down the road. I've got my centers marked where the bolt's going to go, so I'm going to kind of rotary file this just a little bit for a little more clearance for the bolt where my weld is. Actually, I need to get an aluminum bit on here. So a lot of people might not realize it, but this is the one I just pulled off. That's for metal. And you can kind of see how big the flutes are on this. This is for cutting aluminum. And when I start grinding, you'll see just by the shavings that are coming off how much better it is. Turns out that one is a little wore on the end. I'm gonna try a different one. Just about ready. I just gotta get these nuts and stuff in here. Oh, leaving me so soon.
I gotta go make all.
You're gonna
the
make
money.
me do all the work?
Yeah, when I get home, you have everything ready, okay?
All right.
Get the veggies prepped for dinner, and yeah.
All right. Well, you have a good day, and I will. Love you. I'll see you in a little bit. So this is what we're gonna use, a flange nut right in that little pocket, and I'll have one on the top and one on the bottom, so you can change the length of that stud or all thread or whatever, so it makes it more universal. I drilled my hole and I even threaded it. I'm not sure if it needs to be threaded, but I threaded it, and I'm gonna cut me some all thread now. I keep a bunch of different lengths and sizes, 5/16, 3/8, metric stuff. Keep it around. It comes in handy for just doing stuff like this. I put my nut on here, and then I'm gonna thread it in, and then I'll put my flange nylock on the bottom and then jam this baby up. I've got both of these installed now. Normally most people would do like a J-bolt or something dumb like that, but this way you can put it in there and it ain't gonna fall out the bottom. The nuts just to kind of hold it, and then I'll build my bridge piece. Going to work out nicely. Now I'll just take and make me a strap that comes across here and put a little bridge on it so that it doesn't flex. Okay, we're gonna start marking this strap up. I like to center punch it, and then I'll draw a circle. This is the radius that I want to use. Just like that. And then I'm gonna measure my 13 5/8 and mark that side. Okay, I got both sides laid out. And I'm gonna take this square right off of that side of that radius. And I'll mark that. And then I'll mark this one. And then I'll draw these lines. That'll be my cut. Kind of give it that shape. So now I'll punch this and cut that, and then we'll make a little bridge piece for it. Come over here and get this hole punched real quick. Then next we'll nip these corners off right here. Save us a little bit of work. Normally I'd bandsaw that, but it's just so much easier just to walk around it like this, and then we'll take it over there to the sander. Make it perfect. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. Then we'll put the sand to it. Nice and perfect. Next, I'll take this smaller strap. It's 1/2 inch by like 3/16. If I had some 1/8 inch, I would use it, but we're gonna go ahead and use this, and I'll just cut it right here, taper it, and then that'll be our little bridge that we weld on there. I could just weld this on there, but I'm gonna take and cut some windows out of here, and then I'll taper the ends, and that'll just make it where there's less welding across there. Okay, what do you think? Not bad for some little redneckery cutting on the bandsaw, but it just makes it where you're not welding all the way across that whole piece, and it gives it a nice look, even though it's gonna be under the seat. I'm kind of a freak. I like cool stuff. Well, that didn't sound good, even though the gas is on. She kind of did a little crappy weld there. Hopefully we can clean it up. Well, now just a little bit of cleanup and we'll be ready. What do you think? Not bad for a blind guy. Turned out pretty sweet. Got the little notches in it. Now we'll just have to see if it fits. Oh yeah, and then them other batteries will have that little notch between the two deals, so it will actually hold them a little bit better. But it worked out pretty good. And then if they ever change the batteries, they can change the studs or the all-thread or whatever that comes up, and that should work out very nice. Very nice. Got the batteries back in the Land Cruiser. Now I can clean this thing up and get it ready for off-road games. Something to cruise around. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed how I build a battery box, and now we're gonna try and get some junk loaded up and head to the off-road games.
Yep, so we're really excited to go to Matt's off-road games and check it out. We don't really know what we're in store for, but Shannon's kind of been studying up, if you will, of course, watching, you know, all the different content that's out on YouTube, which is very interesting. We're looking forward to seeing Rory again, and Mike and Sean, so that'll be fun just to kind of see what it's all about.
Yep, meet some new people. There's a lot of people that are going to be there that I probably don't know or never met, and I don't know, it's going to be fun. I can't wait just to cruise around and do something different than we usually do.
Yeah, totally different than the whole racing industry, so it's going to be fun. But anyways, thanks as always for watching. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment below, let us know what you think, any questions, and if you're out at Matt's Off-Road Games, make sure you come say hi. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.